Hi guys, it's Oni the Squirrel Squad here today with 5 deck techs. I will start off with my Lucario. What else is this deck again? Solgaleo deck. My Lucario Sinnoh deck. Woo! Well, fire up. I played one copy of 45 Fates Collide Lucario, which we aren't going to use. Same with 46 Fates Collide Lucario. Then we also played one copy of Lucario GX. And then we play 4 copies of Litten, 1 copy of Shining Legends Torcat, and 1 copy of Sun and Moon Torcat, and 1 copy of Incineroar from Shining Legends, 1 copy of Grimer from Sun and Moon Base, 1 copy of Moltres from Fates Collide, 1 copy of Torkoal from Flashfire, 1 copy of Reshiram from Legendary Treasures, 2 copies of Shining Legends Lord Vesta, 1 copy of Shining Legends Ancient Origins Volt Corona, 1 copy of Ultra Prism Salandit, 1 copy of Ultra Prism Chimchar, 1 copy of Evolutions Growlithe, and 1 copy of Breakpoint Growlithe, 1 copy of Promo Gyarados EX, 4 copies of Steam Siege Chimchar, 1 copy of Electabuzz from Burning Shadows, 1 copy of 11 Fates Collide Fennekin, and 1 copy of 10 Fates Collide Fennekin, 1 copy of Fates Collide Braixen, 1 copy of Pansear from the XY pre-release, 1 copy of Slugma from the XY pre-release, 1 copy of Rowlet from Sun and Moon Base, 2 copies of Potion from Evolutions, 1 copy of Pokeball from Sun and Moon from XY pre-release, 1 copy of Switch from Evolutions, 1 copy of Great Ball from Sun and Moon, and 1 copy of Tierno from X and Y pre-release, and 1 copy of Howl from Sun and Moon Base. Now for the energy lineup, guys. 2 copies of Water Energy, 14 copies of Fire Energy.
Cool, that's a lot.
Wait, 15. 1 copy of Fighting Energy, and 1 copy of Burning Energy. We'll see you guys in a minute with Emerson's deck tech of Gardevoir EX.
Hey guys.
Hey! Now she's doing her Gardevoir EX deck.
Yeah.
Violet!
1 copy of Gardevoir.
What kind of Gardevoir?
Fairy/Fire.
No, that's a kind of deck. 3 copies of Horsey. 1 copy of Seadra. 1 copy of Tornado Shot Kingdra. 1 copy of Dratini. You may have seen this deck tech already where we use these guys. 1 copy of Dragonair and 1 copy of Dragonite. This deck just overruns with Pokemon. 2 copies of Pansear. 1 copy of Semi-Seer. 1 copy of Porygon, 1 copy of Remoraid, 2 copies of Phoebus, 2 copies of Eevee, 1 copy of Bagon, 1 copy of Weasel, 1 copy of Scorbunny, 3 copies of Megamar, 2 copies of Ponyta, 1 copy of Houndour, 1 copy of Bound Sweet, 1 copy of Wingle, and 1 copy of Pelipper, 1 copy of Chin Chew, 1 copy of Rolf, 1 copy of Dix, 1 copy of Magnemite, 1 copy of Boltoy, 1 copy of Litten, 1 copy of Caterpie, 2 copies of Magikarp, 1 copy of Execute.
From Ultra Prism, the first card.
No one cares! 1 copy of Passimian, 1 copy of Rowlet, 1 copy of Gulpin, 1 copy of Grimer, 1 copy of Hoppip, and then 1 copy of a different kind of Hoppip. 1 copy of Oddish, 1 copy of Wurmple, 1 copy of Tangela. We'll see you guys with the item lineup later because we can't fit it on camera with all these. Hey guys, we're back with the items. 1 copy of Dashing Pouch and 1 copy of Moo Moo Milk. Now for the supporter lineup, 1 copy of Charon. That's it.
Yeah.
This deck was really hard to build. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 copies of Water Energy,
2 copies
of Fairy Energy. Now we'll be back with the profile of Silvally GX.
Yeah.
Hey guys, we're back with 1 copy of Titanol, 1 copy of Silvally. This is a Silvally GX Provo Pass deck. 4 copies of Nose Pass, 2 copies of Provo Pass, 2 copies of Yanma, 1 copy of Yamega, 2 copies of Oshawott. Come on. 1 copy of D-Watt, 1 copy of Rattata, 1 copy of Stuffle, 2 copies of Tangela, 1 copy of Dedenne, and 1 copy of Groudon. Now for our item lineup.
This is just enough for a real deck.
Hey, the others are real decks. This is all the items. 2 copies of Potion, 1 copy of Devolution Spray, 1 copy of Peaking Red Card, 1 copy of Pokédex, 1 copy of Energy Pouch, 1 copy of Fighting Fury Bell, 1 copy of Special Charge, 1 copy of Team Magma's Great, 2 copies of Revive, 1 copy of Muscle Band, 1 copy of Crushing Hammer, 1 copy of Captivating Pokepuff, 1 copy of Switch, 1 copy of Maintenance, 2 copies of Ultra Ball, 2 copies of Healing Scarf, and 1 copy of Reverse Ticket. Now let's get all the supporters up in here. 1 copy of Pokemon Fan Club, 1 copy of Shauna, 1 copy of Hint, 1 copy of and then 1 copy of Sophocles, 2 copies of Central Lady, 1 Tierno, and 2 Grit. Now for the stadium lineup. 1 Mount Galakila and 1 Parallel City. The energy lineup is 3 copies of Water Energy, 1 copy of Psychic Energy, for I don't know what, 2 copies of Fire Energy, 1 copy of Fairy Energy, and 2 copies of Dark Energy. We'll see you guys with Emerson's Diancie EX deck in 3, 2, 1. We're back with Diancie EX deck. 1 copy of Diancie EX, 1 copy of Tapu Lele, 2 copies of Rufflet, 2 copies of Braviary. Give me a second to discuss something with her. We'll be back. 2 copies of Stubble, 2 copies of another Snubble,
Which are different.
1 copy of Togepi, 2 copies of Pansear. We are not using these for them. We're using it for Simisear. 1 copy of Stuffle, 2 copies of Jigglypuff, 2 copies of Wigglytuff, and 1 copy of Fright Night Yveltal.
We're back with the
1 copy of roller skates, 2 copies of nest ball, 1 copy of crushing enhanced hammer, 1 copy of Pokedex, 1 copy of heavy boot, 1 copy of super potion, 2 copies of rescue stretcher, 1 acrobite, 2 switch, 1 catcher, 1 ladder, 1 seeker, 1 energy retrieve, 1 scoop up, and for the supporter lineup we have 1 determination, 1 Lili, 3 Lili, 1 ninja, 1 hint, 1 Kukui, 1 Cleese, 1 researcher, 1 ranger, and for the stadium lineup we have 1 all-night party. You have for our energy lineup
a lot.
We're back! And Emerson will not count the
6 of these.
what kind of energy?
7 actually. Fairy.
2 psychic,
1
double colorless, 2 warp, and that's the deck. Now we'll be with our Kingdra EX deck soon.
Oh. Hey guys, we're back with a Kingdra and Lati's deck. 2 copies of Kingdra EX to start up. 2 copies of Latios. 1 copy of Latias. 3 copies of Nidoran. I would like to run 4, but there's just not enough space. I would like to run 3 Nidorino, but I only have space for 2. 1 Nidoking, I would like to run 2 of. 1 Boo-Boo, 2 Chicks. And what's really interesting about this chicken is Barrage. This Pokemon may attack twice a turn. If this attack knocks out your opponent's active Pokemon, you may attack again after your opponent chooses a new active Pokemon. So, yeah. And then I play 3 copies of Apom, 2 copies of Ambipom, 1 copy of Rico, 2 copies of Ateta, 1 copy of Reticate, 1 Tangela, 2 copies of Cobalion, 1 copy of Hitmonchan, and that's all the Pokemon in the deck. Now let's start the images. We have 1 copy of Paint Roller, 1 copy of Nest Ball, 1 copy of Expert Belt, 1 copy of Energy Search, 1 copy of Timer Ball, and 1 copy of Lucky Egg. That's our items. Now the supporter lineup is nothing to laugh about. 1 copy of Lily, 1 copy of Sycamore, 1 copy of Oak, 1 copy of Lydia, 1 copy of Breeder, 1 copy of Lima, 2 Turiano, 2 a Center Lady, a Determination, a Grit, a Boy, and a Gladian. Now here's our stadium lineup with 1 copy of Faded Town and 1 copy of Dimensional Velvet. I promise I was playing 2 of these. I did nothing.
And I was playing 7 of these.
I promise I did nothing.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 electric energy. And what's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 6 psychic energy. That's the deck.
Come on out of here with deck tech.
Oliver and Emerson signing off.
With 5 deck techs. Oh my gosh. If you're saying something about me, you're fired.
Let's not watch it.